Okay, we are back. We're doing some more沙耶の唄. I mean, I'm very excited to get back to this game, but also I dread going back into this game. Mainly because we're going to be doing the option where we choose to stay with Saya rather than go back to the real world and face the consequences of our actions. Like, I feel like we're taking Fujimori down a darker path by staying with Saya. Even though he does not fully realize what's going on. So at the same time, it's like a unknowing tragedy. Like, Fujimori is getting himself further and further into depravity. And he understands what's going on slightly, but also at the same time, he doesn't know what he's doing. But yeah, without further ado, let's not take it all back and stay with Saya. On that terrible day, when I first opened my eyes after the accident, what would my answer have been? When I think back on this many years from now, well, I wish that my answer today had been different. Many years from now? I don't think you're going to last many days from now. It doesn't matter. Here, at this moment, there is no doubt in my mind. I asked Saya, looking at the unidentifiable pieces of the monster.
隣の家に住んでたおじさん。名前は知らないけど。
He was hardly a stranger. We've been neighbors for as long as I can remember. I'd go so far as to say we were on good terms before the accident. And now, I've killed him with my own two hands. I feel a little... Mr. Suzumi, the kindly painter who lived next door, is but a distant memory. The pieces of meat around me belonged to a creature whose mere existence was nauseating. Only by killing the vermin could I find relief. He complained about my yard being filthy. The swine. It doesn't matter what Saya did. He wasn't worth keeping alive anyway. God damn! God damn, Fujimori! Fuminori, not Fujimori. I keep on calling him Fujimori, not Fuminori. My bad. These are my honest feelings. My hands are wet with another man's blood, and yet I am utterly calm. Now I know what I lost in the accident. Saya says I can take it back, but I know that I cannot. It is gone forever, like the life of the man called Suzumi.
なあさや、僕の異常を治すことは医者には絶対できないことだったんだ。
ふみのり？
人間にできないことを簡単にできるっていう君は人間じゃないんだね。
Saya looks away, her expression unreadable. Everything is monstrous and loathsome in my eyes. Everything but Saya. I thought she was somehow unique. I was wrong. I see her just as I do everything else, as something other than what she really is. But why should that surprise me? Saya is a part of my world, just as I'm a part of hers. It doesn't change what we are to each other. I stand and walk over to Suzumi's dismembered corpse.
昔読んだ漫画でさ、事故から生き返ったせいで世界が当たり前に見えなくなる男の話があった。今の僕みたいにね。
Oh man, what's the manga's name? I think I know. This could be a reference to something. Hold on. Homunculus? Wait, is this a reference to Homunculus? No, when was Homunculus released? Hold on. When was the Homunculus manga released? Like, it can't be that old, is it? Yeah, no, it was released in 2003. There's no way this is a reference to Homunculus. Yeah, there's no way this is a reference to Homunculus, is it? Like, Saya no Uta was 2002, wasn't it? Or was it a different date? Hold on. Saya no Uta, Song of Saya. Yeah, it was released the same year as Homunculus, so there's no way this is a reference to Homunculus. I finally realized that even though the stench of these monsters' flesh turns my stomach, their bloody guts smell pretty good. In fact, I know this fragrance quite well.
その男の目には人間が石くれに、機械のロボットが美女に見えるんだ。
I have no clue what this reference is.
だから男は人とは似ても似つかないロボットに恋をしてしまうんだ。
I really don't know what this reference is. I retrieve the cleaver, pick up a piece of Suzumi's body, and start removing the skin and tendons. He's gonna hide the evidence. just as I thought. The stuff underneath is exactly the same as what Saya and I have been eating.
なあ、これうまそうだし食べちゃおうか。
文則。
あ、ごめん。今はそんな気分になれないよね。でも死んじゃえば肉は肉だし、捨てるのももったいないと思わないか。また冷蔵庫にしまっておこうよ。
あなたはいいの？
いいよ。
I answered easily. There's no longer any room for doubt in my mind. Oh, man.
あと、隣の家に奥さんと娘さんがいるはずなんだ。旦那がいなくなったら騒ぐかもしれないし、通報される前に飼っとこうと思うんだが。
そんな風で、あなたはいいの？
Saya asked again, this time with a trace of fear in her voice. I guess I still haven't convinced her of my sincerity.
さっきの漫画の話だとね、人でないものを愛した男は、最後に自分が人間であることをやめて、恋を成就させるんだ。ハッピーエンドだよ。だろ？
文則。
さやと一緒にいられるのなら、僕はもう何もいらない。何もかもこのままでいい。
Tossing the knife and meat aside, I pull Saya into my arms once more.
もう言ってもいいよね。さや、君のこと愛してる。
As Saya wipes away the tears flowing from her eyes, I can no longer see any hint of fear in her face.
あなたのこと後悔させたくないのに。なのに。
I have sworn my oath, and Saya has accepted it. We have nothing to fear now. Saya will never need to cry again.
でも嬉しい。私って身勝手だよね。
身勝手でいいよ。さやのわがままなら聞くよ、僕は。
Filled with contentment, we exchange a smile and set to the task of cleaning the room. A single person produces a lot more meat than I expected. Speaking of which, I seem to remember doing something similar before.
あとの2人だけど、多分おじさんが殺してる。悲鳴とか聞こえたし。
そうか。そりゃ好都合だ。
After we finish here, we should go gather the meat from the Suzumi house. God, those are your former neighbors, dude. Like, I understand that he has a different mindset now, and he's, like, forcing himself to go into the mindset of, this is my world now, like, I will live with Saya forever. Like, even if she's not human, I will accept the fact that she is, like, human to me and everything else is, like, monstrous. But my fucking god, those were your neighbors. Like, I guess he's, you know, separating all the sentimentality he had as a human to move on to this more different lifestyle. Oh, boy. Oh boy. That should be enough to hold us for a while. And we could use their refrigerator to store what won't fit in ours. It's all coming together. Saya and I will be just fine. Yeah, Saya and I will be just fine. Are we good to go? Nope, we're still in Fuminori's view.
知ってる。
Oh? After we finish our labors and get into bed, I show Shai what I found in Ogai's house.
この1枚見覚えがあるよ。うん。確かにさやの知ってる場所。
The photograph that Saya has selected is the one with a Tochiji professor address on the back.
これは家だよね。それと
Are we heading to Tochigi?
そう。文則すごいね。写真も見られるようになった？
まあね。
At the outset of my ordeal, I had to depend entirely on my sense of distance to decipher what I saw. The houses in front of me, the mountains far behind them, the clouds above. Only distance and scale told me what they were. Photographs and other flat images used to be nearly impossible to make out. Recently, however, I've gotten a better understanding what things are by their shape. So I know what the mountains and sky look like, for instance, and how to tell them apart from buildings. Each of the 3 pictures shows a similar scene, a lone house in the middle of a thick forest.
パパはね、別荘だって言ってた。ここにいれば誰にも見つからないって。
Judging by the address on the back of each photo, they probably are excellent places to hide from prying eyes. But why 3? The dates are pretty old, and it seems odd that they were all taken within a few days of each other. Maybe he was scouting properties, looking for the perfect location for his hideaway? Saya recognizes only one of the houses, so that must be the one Ogai picked. Checking the location on a road map of the Kanto area, I find that it's about 3 hours out of Tokyo by car.
お父さんがここにいる可能性は？
電話してみたけど出なかったよ。多分いないと思う。
でも最近に立ち寄ったことはあるかもしれないよね。
The way I see it, our only hope of finding Ogai is to follow whatever lead we have, no matter how small. The probability that his hideout will yield useful information may be low, but it's not 0.
明日にでも行ってみようかな、ここ。
Saya pouts. I wasn't expecting her to object.
でもここ遠いんでしょ？
She wants to go with us.
行って調べて帰ってきても、まあ半日もあれば十分さ。
その間、サヤはお留守番なの？
So that's what it is. Slightly exasperated, I smile and rub Saya's head.
少しは我慢してくれよ。な？そやだってお父さんのこと見つけたいんだろ。
After a brief silence, during which her expression is hard to decipher, Saya looks up at me and says,
ねえ、ふみのり、パパのことはもういいよ。
That's the last thing I expected her to say.
いいって、でも君のお父さんだろ？心配じゃないのか？
いいの。私には
Oh
もう
no.
ふみのりがいるし。
Saya says, coming closer to feel my warmth.
パパって言っても本当の意味でのお父さんっていうわけじゃないの。
Do not call us anything relating to a father figure.
さやのことを教育してくれたし、ある意味では愛してくれてたのかもしれないけど。
Do not do something like call us, I don't know.
優しくてあったかい。
Do not call us anything similar to a father figure. Do not! Saya's words make me happy, but I also hear the loneliness in them.
本当に僕だけでもいいのか？
ふみのりは嫌？さやと二人っきりじゃ。
いや、でも、そうだな。やっぱり大貝教授には会ってみたい。
Having finally figured out how to explain my feelings, I continue.
さやのことをもっとよく知りたいから、僕以外にさやのことを知ってる人がいるなら、ぜひ会ってみたい。
そうなんだ。
Saya doesn't seem upset, but she does tilt her head quizzically, as though my thoughts are strange to her.
それに、やっぱり明日、この場所に行ってみよ
う。Another plan has started to form my head, one separate from the search for Dr. Ogai. If I find the doctor there, great. If I don't, well, I think I could find another use for his mountain retreat.
さや、寂しいかもしれないけど、ちょっと我慢して待っててくれ。
She nods, then looks questioningly into my eyes.
やっぱりふみのりにはさ、家族とか友達とかもっともっと大勢いた方がいいのかな。
What do you mean by that?
そりゃ、その方が楽しいだろうね。
What do you mean by that? Hold on! For Mr. Suzumi, you were able to infect his brain to make him see the world as Fuminori does. I do not trust this, Saya. Wait, hold on. I do not trust this. You are able to fuck with people's brains. What are you doing, Saya? Saya, what are you doing? Fearing that Saya will start sulking, I hurriedly add,
でも勘違いしないでくれよ。たとえそういう人たちに囲まれて暮らしてたとしても、さやだけは僕にとって特別な一人なんだからね。
うん。ありがとう。
I don't trust you on this, Saya. Wait, what are you planning? What are you thinking? Giggling, Saya rubs her cheek against mine.
さやも文則が喜び
Did I say
そう
giggling
な
or
こと
sighing? I meant to say giggling.
文則のためだけに頑張るからね。
I'll be honest, I've been doing a very long recording marathon today so that I can catch up with video uploads as well as like get back into the swing of like, you know, doing more regular uploads. So my brain is half here right now, which is probably a good condition to be in to play沙耶の唄. Like you need your brain to be slightly, you know, out of sync in order for it to lock in when something messed up happens in沙耶の唄. That's what I was like thinking. I'm like, you know what? I am half awake. Let's play some沙耶の唄. Because that will fuck up my brain. And I kind of feel like you need to have a fucked up brain to play this game at times. Jokingly, I say this, by the way. Today, all of Koji's classes were in the morning. Oh, we're going to some Koji. On his way to meet Yo for lunch after his final lecture, Koji suddenly gets a call in the middle of the hallway. Without thinking, he reaches to his belt for his new camera phone, but curses when he realizes that the ringtone is coming from the old phone in his bag. He hasn't transferred his contacts list yet, and calls still come to his old phone from people who don't know the new number. When he finally fishes the phone from his bag, the name he sees on the display sends a chill up his spine. Fuminori. Why now? What does he want? It's hard to be happy about a call from Fuminori after the incident at the Ogai house.
はい。
いや、コージ。今日はもう講義はないよな。
What are you up to, Fuminori?
ああ。
Of course, Fuminori would know that Koji is free on Thursday afternoons.
相談がある。駐車場に来てくれないか。
Interesting?
今すぐにか。
あ、待ってる。
Fuminori hangs up without another word. What's gone into him? What does he want? Koji wonders as he sticks the phone into his jacket pocket. This sudden change is disturbing after a week of Fuminori avoiding both Koji and Yo. Maybe he's finally ready to talk, in which case, Koji should probably consider this a good thing. However, he can't shake the feeling that something is wrong. Yes, do not shake that feeling, Koji.
待たせたか。
いいや。
In the parking lot, Koji finds Fuminori leaning against the fender of Koji's car. The last time they met was in the darkness of an abandoned house. This is the first time in over a week they've spoken face to face in the light. Perhaps that is why Koji senses something strange in Fuminori's expression. He's not sure what exactly, but something has changed.
前にも話したと思うが、僕は今、オーガイっていう人についていろいろと調べなきゃならない。
He's smiling. Interesting.
そうらしいな。
それがな、ここに来ていろいろと難しくなってきたんだ。
Oh my god, he
やっぱり
just wants the car. He
僕
just
一
wants
人
the
じゃ無理
car.
かもなって。
You're just wanting his car, don't you? That's the only reason why you contacted Koji. You wanted the car. Fuminori seems more relaxed than before. He used to be tense all the time, like he was terrified of something. But now his expression is calm. He's even wearing what resembles a sheepish grin.
で、お前にも手伝ってほしいんだ、コージ。
Nevertheless, some instinct is telling Koji that Fuminori's changes are not for the better. I agree.
一体どういう風の吹き回しだ。
Koji asks, keeping his expression neutral to conceal his suspicion.
だって、お前も関心あるんだろ、コージ。
Fuminori responds coolly, His smile, unreadable as ever, offers no glimpse of his true motives.
お前も僕の後から大貝教授の家をいろいろと探し回ってたじゃないか。僕とお前とでバラバラに探すなんて二度手間だよ。どうせなら協力してもっと効率的にやろう。
Why? Why does he sense malice, thick and vicious, lurking behind Fuminori's smile?
ともかく今日は足が必要なんだ。
Yep, he just wants the car.
車を出してくれないか。
まあ構わんが。
Maybe you should tell someone that you're going out with Fuminori before anything. This is weird. Yeah, I do agree with Koji's narration. This is weird. This is really weird. Fuminori's car was destroyed in an accident, so Koji isn't surprised that he needs a lift. Koji unlocks his car and gestures for Fuminori to take the passenger seat, then gets behind the wheel and starts the engine.
で、どこに行くんだ？
栃木の北の方、那須高原の近所だな。
栃木？
Koji can't believe his ears.
住所はこれだ。この
Fuminori
建物を
says,
探してほしい。
handing Koji a photo with an address on the back. He seriously expects to be driven over 100 kilometers and back? Koji doesn't know whether to be angry or impressed.
今から出発すれば夕方頃には着くだろう。
まあ、そうかも
Do
し
you
れ
have
ん
any classes on Friday, Koji? Koji sighs heavily, tapping the steering wheel as he calms himself down. Now that he's come this far, the only thing he can do is see his friend's craziness through to the end.
別荘か何かかこれは。
多分そこに大貝教授もいるらしい。
Are they gonna find him, or is he also just not gonna be there? Koji isn't looking forward to meeting the owner of that creepy house, but he's even more uneasy about letting Fuminori go alone. It looks like he just has to grin and bear it.
東京に戻るのは夜中かもな。
悪いな、世話をかけて。
いいさ。
You should probably tell someone that you're going to Tochigi with Fuminori, Koji. If you're being smart about this, you should probably let someone know, like, yo. Well, maybe not yo. Does Koji have anyone in his life that he could tell them that he's going out to another prefecture with a guy that's been kind of creepy recently? Koji drives out of the parking lot, leaving the rest of what he thought to say unspoken. Fuminori's smile seems wrong somehow, like a mask hiding his true face. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Yo finds herself sitting alone in the cafeteria, searching for a familiar face as her lunch cools on the table in front of her. She was hoping to see Koji today, but he must have had other plans. That wouldn't be at all unusual. Normally, Omi and Fuminori would pick up the slack. But Omi and Fuminori aren't here anymore. Yo puts down her chopsticks, her appetite ruined by the lack of company, and by the anxiety eating at her. Omi is missing. Fuminori has turned on her, and she has no idea why. If Koji were here, she could count on him to distract her with some idle conversation. Now that she is all by herself, Yo becomes keenly aware of how little tolerance she has for loneliness. She begins to feel paranoid, like the whole world is plotting to take from her everything that she cherishes. What is going on here? Where has Omi gone? Is Fuminori really unrelated to her disappearance? Keep thinking, Omi. Keep thinking. But stay in contact with some officials. Like, stay in contact with official police or, the doctor. What was her name? That doctor that was treating Fuminori. Stay in contact with them. That's how you stay alive in these fucked up situations, yo. Do not do shit alone. Don't pull an Omi. Sorry to Omi, but, there was no way that they would have known that Fuminori could be that dangerous. But Omi went out to see Fuminori the day she went missing. Koji was stupid not to tell anyone that he was going alone with Fuminori somewhere outside of their prefecture. But, yo, you have a chance to be smart about this. She's not. She's not. Dr. Tanbo. Okay, it was Dr. Tanbo. Or is he the key to this misery? Misery. I mean, it is misery, but... Or is he the key to this mystery, as Koji and Dr. Tanbo suspect? Yo recalls the events of last Thursday. Alone and without an outlet for her pain after Fuminori verbally eviscerated her, Yo was lucky enough to run into Koji. Although he could hardly make her problem go away, his kindness was a comfort. At the same time, Omi was on her way to Fuminori's house, and she hasn't been heard from since. Yo has only been aware of Fuminori's connection to Omi's disappearances since yesterday, when Koji revealed the truth during their visit to the hospital. What if a new possibility occurs to her? A reason for why Omi suddenly decided to visit Fuminori. What if it hadn't been a coincidence that Yo ran into Koji that day? What if Koji and Omi had known what transpired between her and Fuminori and had decided to act separately? Omi might have seen the confrontation in the courtyard. She might have been eavesdropping. It's not unthinkable. As the idea forms in her mind, Yo feels as though something is tearing apart her body from the inside. It's only a possibility. But if it's true, then whatever happened to Omi is Yo's responsibility too, isn't it? Yo clutches her head, groaning in agony. The food on her tray is now cold. Not that she would have eaten it anyway. Despite her frustration and anxiety, Yo is unable to act on her own. She has never been good at adapting to challenges, and no one would ever call her proactive. She hasn't the slightest idea how to respond to the situation. If Oni were here, she would probably tell Yo to think positive and trust her instincts. Yo has always depended on her best friend's energy. Now that Omi is gone, Yo realizes just how weak and useless she is. She can only sink deeper and deeper into the abyss of self-loathing. The sudden ringing of her phone pulls her back from the brink of despair. Tombo? It's a text message. There's no title, and the sender is... Oh no. And the sender is...
Omi-chan.
No, that's not Omi! That's not Omi! That's not even Fuminori! Saya? Saya! What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm gonna take a quick restroom break, but what are you doing, Saya? I do not trust you. What are you doing? Saya, what are you doing? Saya, I do not trust you. What are you doing? Yo cries out in shock. The message itself is even more baffling. If you want to know more about Sakisaka Fuminori, come to his house alone. Tell no one. The message bears no trace of Omi's personality, but Yo can't deny that it was sent from her phone. She takes a deep breath to calm herself before typing her reply, taking care that excitement doesn't cause her fingers to slip. Is that you, Omi? Where are you? Yo presses send. The screen shows that her message was received. As she waits for a reply, her mind fills with questions. Is someone else using Omi's phone to send text messages? If so, why to her? Something suddenly occurs to her. She and Omi have exchanged countless messages over the years, many of which contains the sort of embarrassing confessions that close girlfriends share. At times when her feelings for Fuminori grew too strong to contain, Yo often put them into words for Omi to read. Did Omi put a password on her phone? Even if she had, the person who sent the message was obviously able to unlock it, which means that whoever it is has full access to her history. Do you want to know more about Sakisaka Fuminori? Yo reads the strange message one more time. Whoever sent it must believe that Yo has an interest in Fuminori. The phone rings again, startling Yo, but she quickly recovers and looks at the screen. There's no title, and the sender is still Takahata Omi. I'll tell you everything when we meet. Come alone. Tell no one. If it's not Omi, she'll never try to scare Yo with such a mean-spirited prank. Anxiety has brought Yo almost to tears. Her mind isn't made to deal with this. Who is using Omi's phone and promising to reveal Fuminori's secrets? Who? Yo desperately wants advice from Koji. From anyone. She even starts to dial Koji's cell, but a sudden suspicion stops her. The sender might be somewhere nearby, watching her at this very moment. A cold chill runs down her spine as she looks furtively around the cafeteria. Come alone. Tell no one. The lifeless characters on the screen are like a knife against her throat. However, Yo clutches her phone and forces her heart to stop pounding. Isn't this cowardice what she hates the most about herself? Maybe you should tell Dr. Tombo what's going on? Doesn't she want to know what she's capable of? Doesn't she want to do more than sit and wait? Yo realizes that her hand is shaking. How easy would it be just to give in to her cowardice, to convince herself that Omi and Fuminori are beyond her reach? That is what she truly wants. Even if it means abandoning a dignity and loyalty, she wants to flee from the unknown. But she also knows that even escape is beyond her. Yo understands herself well. She knows no matter how far she runs, regret and self-loathing will consume her after everything else has fallen apart. In the end, Yo is unable to overcome her cowardice alone. She lacks both the willpower and the courage to run. Oh, I'm getting a call. Actually, give me one moment. The afternoon silence is somehow forbidding. A stink is in the air. The stink of garbage left out to rot. Oh. Even this perfectly normal residential neighborhood seems ominous to Yo in her current state. She feels like she's standing in the middle of a necropolis, as if everyone in the houses around her is dead. About that. Yo pushes her fear aside and presses the buzzer on the Sakisaka house's front gate. Ooh, I don't like this. I really don't like this. Fuminori wasn't in class today. Is he home? He couldn't have sent those awful messages, could he? She doesn't even want to consider the possibility, so she forces the unwelcome thought from her mind. There is no response from the intercom. Yo doesn't know, of course, that Omi stood in the same spot 1 week ago, staring at the silent intercom with the same confusion that Yo is experiencing now. She is Yo. She, however, is not forced to wait as Omi was. I don't know what's about to happen here, but I know something bad is. What is bad happening? Let's go ahead and just see. The phone in her pocket rings, catching her off guard. I don't like where this is heading to. I really don't like where this is heading to. It's another text message from Omi's phone. Come in. The door is open. Yo looks around quickly, a shiver running through her as she realizes that she's being watched. Searching fearfully for her observer, Yo spots movement out of the corner of her eye. On the second floor of the Sakisaka house, a tightly drawn window curtain just fluttered. The person who sent the messages is inside the home. Only now does Yo realize that every other window has its storm shutters closed. No matter what happens inside, no one will ever know. This time, she nearly gives in to the intense urge to flee. But the terror she feels towards her invisible watcher is stronger. It will not permit her to turn back upon the open window. It's okay to run away. Follow the words of Reagan Arataka. It's okay to run away, yo. She has nowhere to run. Oh, fuck. Yo bursts into tears, unable to take a single step. The phone in her hand rings again, demanding that she enter. She steps through the gate. This is so fucked up. Just call the police, girl. When she enters the house, an overwhelming stench assaults her nostrils. Yeah, girl, you should have just left. You should have just left. Whatever happens to you now, you kind of had it coming, because you should have not entered the fucking house. Oh, yo, I feel really bad, though. Like, oh, damn. She's gonna get killed here. Like, there's no other answer about what's gonna happen to her. She's gonna fucking die. The house is dark, even though it is in the middle of the day. Fuminori must be out, as his shoes are not in the vestibule. However, Yo catches a different pair of stuff behind the shoe cupboard. They look familiar, so she pulls them out of the shadows for a closer look. As soon as she recognizes them, her mind tries desperately to deny reality. Run out! Open the door and run out of there, girl! They are identical to Omi's favorite shoes. Yo has seen her wearing them many times before, but that doesn't mean Omi is here, she tells herself. They might belong to someone else. Someone who bought the same shoes from the same store? There's no way Omi could be here, is there? With a sudden flash of clarity, Yo presses the most frequently used speed dial button on the phone in her tightly clenched fist. The phone dials Omi's number. I mean, this is smart to confirm that Omi's in the house, but it's pretty obvious that someone's in there, and the shoes in that cupboard are fucking Omi's. Oh, God. Yo is fucked. What are you doing to her, Saya? Like, Saya ate Omi. Meanwhile, she messed up Yosuke's brain. What is she gonna be doing to Yo? It takes only a second for the signal to reach the nearest relay station. And then... oh, fuck. A familiar ringtone echoes through the house. It's coming from the second floor. Someone must still be up there in the room with the moving curtains. Omi's phone rings for just a few moments. Then it stops, as whoever is holding it realizes Yo's intentions. For the first time, Yo feels the definite presence of her formless sky. You need to leave. You just need to leave.
誰ですか?
Don't ask, turn around. She gathers her courage and calls out into the house, but there is no response. Whoever it is must not want to be seen. Girl. Swallowing hard, Yo walks down the hallway to the staircase. Why are you going upstairs? Also, Omi went missing a week ago. What do you think happened to her? I know you're in denial as this is your ex. At the same time, though, what the fuck are you expecting? Swallowing hard, Yo walks down the hallway to the staircase. Maybe it's Omi. Maybe it's Fuminori. Surely it's just the two of them playing a prank on her. Koji might even be here with them. Yo's mind fills with comforting images of her friends. She needs to believe that there's still hope. Otherwise, she could not take another step.
おみちゃんだよね。Sakisaka君だよね。
It's really weird that she refers to Fuminori as Sakisaka-kun. Like, that's a referral of not endurance. What's the word I'm thinking about? It's a form of expression that shows a close connection of kindness with a person. Endearment, yeah. It's an expression of endearment, so I found it fascinating that the translation just calls him Fuminori, even though she calls him Sakisaka-kun. Like, they're both, you know, endearing, and it shows her closeness with Fuminori. I just find it strange that the translation did not translate that. I mean, I can see what they're going for, like, first name basis in Japanese language is a form of endearment. I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess, like, this is just a translation choice that hopefully one day I get to hear from the translators why they chose to do this specifically. Oh, no. As she climbs the stairs one at a time, Yo calls out in a voice choked with tears. When they see her sobbing, they will probably laugh at her. Let them. It would be the happiest moments of her life. She just wants this torment to end. She tries to move faster, but her trembling legs will not let her. With each agonizing second that passes, she begs for release from this nightmare. After climbing for what seems an eternity, Yo finds herself standing in the second-floor hallway. No sound greets her. There is only the gloom, brimming with silent malice.
Omi-chan! Omi-chan!
She shovels forward, calling out in a weak voice.
出てきてよ。お願いだよ。こんなの、もう、やだよ。
The door in front of her is half open. It must lead to the room that overlooks the front gate. Yo watches helplessly from a corner of her mind as her body, seeming to move of his own volition, slowly opens the door. The room is empty. Oh my god. Yeah, the paint from an outsider's perspective must look really fucking weird. The damp, stinking air clings to Yo's skin. Just leave! Fucking just leave! She is at her limit, unable to take a single step more. Her spirit has been utterly crushed. Just leave the house! Like, literally, yo! Yo! What the fuck? It's a creepy-ass house with a weird smell. Your friend's been missing for a week. Her shoes are at the doorstep. Why did you go upstairs? Into the room where someone was watching you from, texting from your friend's phone who's been missing for a week. There's no common sense. I get their friends. Like, I get you're friends with them. But I would turn the other way even if it was my friends. Because something's wrong here. Oh my god. Perhaps this is the moment her tormentor was waiting for. Those are boobs! Oh my god! Those are fucking boobs! What the fuck is happening? Is this tentacle rape? Are we getting some tentacle? What the fuck is happening? Okay, no, I need to actually read. What is happening here? Something grabs Yo's arms from behind. Something flexible and strong. Like slime-covered rubber. As the thing binds her limbs, finger-like appendages tear roughly through her blouse and force their way inside. What the fuck are you doing to her? Yo screams at the top of her lungs, amazed that she still has the strength to do so. Responding to her distress, primal energy surges through her body as she flares wildly to free herself. Saya, what the fuck are you doing to her? However, the grip of the thing behind her remains unbreakable. With escape impossible, Yo can only scream louder as something cold and wet slips under her bra and wraps itself around her breast. Her ears are filled with the sound of something slimy sliding over her skin. I have you know, hopefully no one can see from the trail behind my house what's going on screen right now. I just realized that I do technically have a window open. I mean, from the angle, I don't think anyone can see from the trail. It's just like, you know, a guy looking at a computer monitor while looking at a big pair of boobs. As the loathsome assault continues, the unimaginable terror threatens to drive Yo utterly mad. Her throat is already raw from screaming, And now she can't even breathe as she struggles desperately against her attacker. Suddenly, the thing pulls away. Yo falls to the floor, unable to support herself on her unresponsive legs. The creature that grabbed her is still here, lurking in a dark corner of the room. She can feel it watching her, but can't bring herself to turn around. She knows that seeing it will likely destroy the last vestiges of her sanity. It's like Cthulhu. Oh my god, it really is. Saya's... Yeah, I'm betting you this is like a... I'm betting you that this is Saya. She has heavy Cthulhu energy right now, with the tentacles included. From close by, the beepa button's being pressed. Is she using the phone? Yo hears a cheerful electronic sound, terribly out of place in this room, and sees the phone in her hand blink coldly. A new text message has arrived. She is powerless to stop herself from reading the characters on the screen. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're pretty, and your breasts are big and soft. I bet they're good for attracting males. What the fuck, Saya? Now she has her answer. The messages from Omi's phone were sent by the thing that just mauled her breast. I keep on forgetting that this is an eroge. Like, this is literally an eroge, so I need to keep that in mind. Like, I need to get into the mindset of I'm literally playing a porn game. Well, technically a porn game. Like, I know this is like a really pivotal visual novel for like disturbing works that everyone talks about in the genre. At the end of the day, though, it's kind of meant to be an eroge, which to a degree is a pornographic game. No matter how much Steam tries censoring it, Yo curls up into a tiny, sobbing ball, unable to raise her voice or even move. The creature makes a burbling sound. Yo somehow understands that it is laughing at her. I know you're scared, but why the fuck are you still here? Your fight or flight senses suck. That must be how you tempted Fuminori. You tried to steal him from me, didn't you? Thief. Ooh, okay. Sai is expressing jealousy. Oh! Holy shit! I don't know if... I guess I could show this because it's not really showing anything, but I definitely know what's happening here. This video is not getting monetized. This video is not getting monetized. Something cold seizes Yo's ankles, then travels, slowly up her legs until it has covered her entire lower body. Some primal female instinct tells her exactly what is going to happen. She will be raped. Powerless to resist a fate worse than that. I mean, that's still really disgusting. Like, that is still really disgusting. I hope it just gets past this scene. Yeah, I really hope it does get past this scene. If not, I'm not gonna read it. Like, it's still disgusting. Like, yeah, I will show what's going on here, but it still doesn't mean I'm not disgusted by it. She pleads feebly, even though there is no hope that the inhuman creature will be merciful. Yeah, this is actually really disgusting. She hears his bubbling laughter again. The thing is enjoying her sorrow, her despair. Yo no longer has the strength to resist the monster on top of her. She is only able to shiver in revulsion as the cold, slimy thing covers her body. Her sight grows dim as her mind sinks deeper and deeper into a black swamp-like abyss. A weight pushes itself between her legs, but it seems so far away. Okay, it cuts away. It cuts away. Fucking thank God it cuts away. I did not want to read that. Oh no, it's still going. I won't kill you. Though her mind is now barely functioning. Yo hears a voice whisper to her inside her head. It is a girl's voice, sweet and sinister. with the cruel innocence of a child gleefully plucking the wings from butterflies. Instead, I'll let you share in our happiness. Rejoice, Yo. We'll love you to death. The soft voice is a stark contrast to the unyielding strength that drives irresistibly into Yo's core. The pain is sharp and savage, greater than anything she has ever felt before. It should be unbearable, but there is no longer enough left in Yo's mind to recognize it as pain. Oh. While she stares blankly at the thing slithering deeper and deeper into her body, an idle thought floats into her fading consciousness. I've still never been kissed, have I? Oh, is that Yo or Saya? I'm choosing to save Koji and Fuminori's adventure till next time. I think I've had enough Saya no Uta for today. I mean, this is a pitiful visual novel in order to, know, like, disturbing visual novels. Like, it is pivotal, and I understand its history. There's only so much Saya no Uta you can take for one day. I've only been recording for 20 minutes. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for today. Like, I still have to say this is a pretty good game so far. Like, I'm actually enjoying, like, the, dark storytelling as well as, like, how psychologically, like, you could think about this game. Like, the psychological aspects of the game are really interesting, but what the fucking hell? Like, did we need to literally have that scene in there to showcase what Saya is doing to her? Like, do we need it? I mean, it's an eroge at the end of the day. Like, I can boil down Saya no Uta. It is an eroge. There's going to be a lot of things that I won't agree with in it. Like, I'm allowed not to agree with it. But at the same time, though, it is, like, the art it is. Albeit, though, all the scenes with Saya are just not acceptable. Like, that's one thing I'm going to put my foot down. I'm not displaying that content. And honestly, I'm not going to read that content. Meanwhile, for Yo, it sucks. Like, it sucks that that's happening to her, and I feel horrible for her. It's like a philosophical thing as well for me as well. It's like a psychological, like, what's okay in media and what's not okay? Like, that's also a question that's, coming up for me as I play this game. Like, the thing is, I feel like this game should be allowed to exist, but it should have, everyone should have the right to criticize aspects of it, even though it's a really interesting case study of, like, psychological, storytelling, as well as, like, the fact that it is an eldritch horror. Like, this game is an eldritch horror game that has a lot of controversial elements to it, but the controversial elements kind of make the game what it is. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if this game did not have the controversial elements, I don't think it would have gotten as popular. It's the case of Euphoria. Euphoria itself is a super controversial game, and no, I'm not playing Euphoria on this channel. Like, I'm gonna put my foot down, I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm not doing a let's play of it. Like, I might make a review video or something about it at some point, because, well, fuck it, it is a visual novel, and I do cover horror visual novels. At the same time, though, like, it's on the era of games that are controversial should be allowed to exist, but everyone should have a right to, criticize them, like I have been with Saya no Uta. Like, I like the psychological and horror aspects of this game, but the controversial elements, like, sometimes I have to ask, is it really needed? But also, at the same time, I understand where there could be a point where someone's like, oh, yes, this is a thing in the game, and the game would actually, be not as known or, not as impactful if it didn't have those moments, if I make any sense. That's still, though, I think my one issue with this game, and I think it's boiling down to my final point where I do have to draw a line, like, the way they represent Saya in her human form, that's just too far. Like, it's weird to say, like, after I was talking about, games have a right to be controversial and have a right to exist and be criticized, I do still have to draw lines, because the depiction of Saya, like, come on. Like, if they changed the design to make her look a little bit more, older, like, in short, the fact that she looks like that makes me, really mad at the game for depictions. Like, yeah, it's the Moe era in Japan, 2003, but that still never made it right in the first place. Like, I can't excuse it. But yeah, I'm still gonna play the rest of this game. Like, don't get me wrong, I am not gonna stop playing the game because there's aspects I don't like about it, but I feel like I do have a right to criticize it. And of course, I do want to hear your comments down below. Like, yeah, like for me, I think I'm pretty steadfast in my conviction that there are things that I'm definitely not okay with the game and I'm definitely not going to show. And I'm going to, you know, criticize to the ends of the earth like Gen Urobuchi. That's a joke. That's a joke in Minecraft. But Gen Urobuchi, what the fuck, man? Like, the thing is, I like Gen Urobuchi's work. I like Gen Urobuchi's work. However, God, what the fuck, dude?
Okay, okay.